Let's talk about healing and transformation and manifestations and really getting what you want, creating the life that you want. Healing yourself requires change, requires action on your part. And I think a lot of people don't realize that with that change, with that action that's required, you need to clear out something and make room for that. And with that, there's a grieving process that happens. And we need to allow that grieving process in our lives and recognize it. With any change in life, we welcome it. Like when we have a baby, we welcome that baby. But do we take the time to mourn and grieve the woman that we once were? The young maiden, before children. We're giving up our bodies, we're giving up our time, and in a lot of ways, we give up the life that we had. And now this person, this little baby we're responsible for, takes over. And it's beautiful and it's wonderful, and we celebrate that, and we have baby showers, and we shower, the new mother with gifts. But do we prepare her for that loss? No one does that anymore. This is an old, ancient ceremony that we used to do. It's evolved into the baby shower and it's about gifts and buying this woman what she needs for the baby, which is very important. But we've lost that psychological piece and the grieving process that happens. And that's just one example. In all aspects of life, when we're trying to create health in our life, a lot of the times people need to change their diet. So for example, like serious health diagnosis, serious health issues, you need to change the microbiome in your gut, because that will change your entire biological, your whole system will respond. So, a diet change is often required when we are trying to heal. And a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to make that lifestyle change. And it's oftentimes it's got to be permanent. Like, you are what you eat, right? So this is a very difficult piece for a lot of people, for myself included. I struggle so much with trying to make that permanent change, and the thing is we have to look at, okay, who is it that we're striving to be? What is this new version of ourselves? What is this healthy version of ourselves? What is this rich version? Whatever it is that you want to bring into your life, whatever you're trying to manifest for yourself, what are the patterns of behavior that person you strive to be is going to have? What are the routines? Often it's getting up earlier, or, spending more time for your own health and wellness. So, really, truly embracing that change, planning it all out. Like, we journal, we do all these things, we make vision boards of, the person we want to be, but are we spending the time rearranging and letting go of the person that we are, and mourning that loss and grieving, saying goodbye? It's goodbye to the wine and the beer and the too many cocktails, and take it down to just once in a while, or whatever it is that you need to do, the processed food, or smoking, whatever it is that you're trying to heal from. Mindset, trying to change the way that you behave in the world, and being a better person, and maybe it's not gossiping. Well, then you need to say goodbye to that person that gossips, and the way that you were taught that was okay. And once you recognize that you want to change, you have to grieve that person, because you need to make room for the new growth to happen in any and all things. Energy is an exchange. It's a constant cycling and recycling. You're never going to create new or more without getting rid of the old. And you need to grieve that process and really truly, you know, kind of have a little ceremony around it. Like, you know, we've lost touch with that ancient way of, you know, that the fire ceremonies we used to have for thousands of years, welcoming the new and saying goodbye to the old. I mean, coming of age ceremonies, you know, when women start menstruating, or, you know, saying goodbye to the child and welcoming the woman, and saying goodbye when you go through menopause, you know, grieving that woman and welcoming the new era of your life, this beautiful, you know, elder who has it all and knows it all and doesn't need to look for it anymore. It's all the power is within. So there's so many, you know, yes, we can be positive. I think now we're really good at being positive and embracing the new, and you know, we have all these great ideas of how we're going to change our lives and how we're going to heal our lives, but we're missing that piece. I think is crucial, is saying goodbye to the past, and, you know, even lighting a candle and you know, having a moment with yourself and just taking a few deep breaths and releasing the past, or throwing a stick into the fire, blowing into the stick and releasing the past, and throwing it in the fire, and then that stick that was once a tree gets burned into the fire and goes into the air and becomes air. That's transformation. That's happening in you as well. You're transforming. Make it symbolic. Make it a part of, you know, the process for yourself, however it may be. So it's a really good example of a way that we can just recognize that in ourselves, and it helps the process along, and creates lasting change. Because you're really ready. You're saying to your body, you're saying to your chromosomes, you're saying to all your cells, okay, now I'm creating the space for this new manifestation to take place within myself. And you can fully step in and fully listen to what it is that needs to take place. And you make that space for yourself. It's a beautiful thing. Good luck.